Hey art friends, and welcome back to the Mandakyns Channel. Today we'll be learning how to make DIY steampunk cork stamps without cutting. Last week we created the positive image of these gears by placing them into a mold. This week we're going to create the negative image of the same elements using these cork and a hot glue gun. So I've turned my hot glue gun on to high heat and I have my elements ready and my cork. And the next thing I'll do is squish a little hot glue out onto the cork before placing my element. Allowing it to cool some, and then using a tool to make sure that there are no raised areas. And for this, I'm just using a dotting tool. Then I turn the same cork over and I apply more hot glue and another element, which makes each one of these corks a double-sided tool that you can continue to use. If you're not comfortable using hot glue, then you can use E6000 if you want to make these permanent. Hot glue is easy to remove if for some reason you needed to use these elements for something else, which is why I've recommended this, because I know steampunk findings can be extremely expensive. And so what I like to do is trace out the larger portions of the gear so that I can make sure that I get those adhered to the cork. So flipping it over, we're going to place another gear. Another way you could do this is by filling the positive mold that we made with polymer clay, baking those elements, and then gluing those on to your cork. And I'm going to do this several more times. This one I believe is going to be a propeller, which is not a gear, but it is still a steampunky finding. You may remember it from my video last week where I used a bunch of propellers in a mold that I created. I make a total of 5 of these. I'm quickly going to go through the rest of the steps since they're basically duplicated before I show you what these different stamps do and what kind of impressions that you can get on the negative by having a positive shape that you're using to impress in a clay or other medium. Our final gear. So there are finished pieces, and you can see the difference between the positive and the negative shapes in the mold that we made last week and in the stamps that we've created today. So what I'm going to do now is roll out a bit of polymer clay to show you how these stamps work and what they look like. And perhaps you'll want to create some stamps of your own using findings that you have around the house or that you choose to purchase. And it's black, so hopefully you guys will be able to see some of the shapes that I am creating. You can also spritz them with water in order to make sure that the clay does not adhere to your stamps. You can dust them with mica or baby powder to get a blind relief basically when you place your stamp onto your clay and it won't stick to the metal finding. So I'm just using the different cork tools to create impressions of different gears, so you could make a texture sheet using this and place the elements where you want it to go, and then use a mica to highlight those or whatever you wanted. Here are the finished DIY steampunk cork stamps. If you enjoyed the tutorial, please share with your friends who enjoy steampunk too. I look forward to making more videos. Currently I post every Wednesday. If you found this content helpful, give us a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and happy arting.